All right, friends, how are you today? Hopefully everyone's having a great start to their weekend. Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope for Saturday, the 25th of July, 2020. We've got the moon moving into the early degrees of Libra, okay? And the sun now in early degrees of Leo. So very, very early in the morning or very late Friday night, depending where you're at. They're going to create a sextile, right? An easy flow of energy between fire and air. Okay, so the sun, ego expression getting fired up, okay, starting to feel more of ourselves, okay, getting out of those summer blues, starting to get amped up, which is exciting. The energy is going to kind of continue as the month goes into August, excuse me. Now, the moon today there's a lot going on with our emotional moon, okay? When we got the moon, we have anything in Libra, we're talking about balance, okay? So we're going from a very, the past week here, 5 days or so, the moon in Libra, or the moon in Leo, firing us up, reminding us of our passions, reminding us of our energy, right? Our courage and strength. And then getting focused about what we're doing, where we're going in life, or what we're trying to release, or what no longer serves us, however that's kind of working out. And now this is about balance. So we're taking all of this fire energy and that focused energy and bringing it into a sense of like looking at both sides of the coin, looking at everything in two perspectives. Okay, so this is doubling down on Venus in Gemini and the North Node in Gemini. Okay, now the moon is going to create a trine, air to air, with Venus later on about 10 p.m. Okay. No, it's going to be later than that. It's not going to be till the morning. Excuse me. The what's happening around 10 is a T-square with Mercury and Mars and Jupiter. We'll talk about that in a second. We're moving toward this trine. The trine won't be exact until Sunday, early Sunday morning, again, depending on where you're at. But we're going to be feeling that energy moving up. The moon has got a lot of connections going on today, so let's just kind of walk through it all. All right, so I've got it pulled back to 8 a.m. All right, we're just starting to create an opposition here to Chiron. So a lot of what's been going on, okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to pull back. Before you see, because the moon here, pay attention to these septiles. One after another, Jupiter to Pluto, and then later on in the evening to Saturn. Okay, there's going to be a lot of septiles of fate and destined connections happening with the moon today in the balancing scales of Libra. Again, this is the only sign in the zodiac that is not a human or an animal. It's the only inanimate object, the balancing scales, right? Everything has to have balance. Okay, so moving forward, balancing out. One, the opposition to Chiron here. This is about an emotional healing in me and myself. Okay, my emotions, Mercury in Cancer, we're feeling very much our emotions. We're coming out of this retrograde. We're still moving through the shadow. Okay, and we're feeling a lot. And sometimes we're not thinking about the other person's feelings because we're so wrapped up in our own, right? And because we're so caught up trying to heal ourselves and so caught up moving in the direction of trying to figure out what's going on in our lives, we can be neglecting the emotional needs of the other, right? See how that works? So this is going to be balance that's going on today. And this is going to be a grand square happening later on. We'll pop up there in a minute. So these septiles happening here, emotional moon in cardinal sign of Libra. Again, this is about emotional balance. Like I need to look at the other person's point of view. I can't just always be about my point of view or my emotions. Because if I'm always worried about these things, I can never truly be there for somebody else. Okay? And this is about other people, and this is about career. This is also about public image. This is how we govern ourselves. Are we responding? Are we taking the time? We might be feeling a lot. Are we taking the time to be emotionally responsible for the other person? Can we be abundantly, there for somebody else, right? Now, we're starting to create the septile to Venus and to Jupiter. Okay, so the moon's got a lot going on today, let me tell you. So this whole day is about balance, And the funny thing is like when we have lulls, if I could just come back here for a second, when we have lulls, we these moments of down that we're so, again, wrapped up in our own emotions, our own feelings and what's going on, again, swept away almost with the tide, again, that Mercury in Cancer, coming out of its shadow period. That it's difficult for us, or when we do finally get out of the lull, we often look back and say, why did why was I so sad during this moment, instead of appreciating it for what it is, and this is part of this balance here. It's not the end point, it's not the destination, but the journey itself, right? So it's just like, can we only be happy during the flows? Can we not find this peace and this balance in the ebbs, when the tides are low, right? So this is what it's creating today. And this connection with Jupiter is saying, look, whatever you have that you're waiting for that's on the other side of the thing that you're trying to accomplish in life, whatever that may be, if it's a, job, career, creating something, just living peacefully, just deeper understanding on a day-to-day basis, trying to find a soulmate or a relationship of some sorts, whatever it is. This is saying we're going to have these ebbs and flows, and to be, joyful. This is King Jupiter being joyful and abundant, even in those low times. Okay, and same with connecting here with Venus. There is both sides of the coin, and the top side might be really shiny, and you might want to pick it up and put it in your pocket. And this is saying, like, look, but we have to understand we're picking it up from the dirt or the mud, and as shiny as it may be up top, it might not be in the bottom. Okay. And as well, we've got this little septile happening here between the North Node and Pluto, which is pretty awesome. All right. North Node, again, going in this direction of seeking answers, seeking not just what is a collective correct, the right, but we're taking the time, by taking the time for ourselves to seek out this information. It's having that transformative effect on us. Okay, and that transformative effect equals this kind of balance that's going on. We're able to see the other side of the other person's emotions and kind of get out of our own head, get out of our own, Aries is the head, Cancer, kind of, the heart here. So getting out of just our own and being able to really honor that of the other. And again, what that does for us, it's about abundance, joy, Venus, desires and love, everything you want in life, right? So everything we want in life comes with its ebbs and flows. Moving forward here, we're starting to pick up that trine now. So those two are continuing their aid. A small break here of the septile from Pluto, and then we're going to start to connect with Saturn. There we go. So now this connection just got even deeper. We're creating this. Now remember, this is the last day, July 25th, Saturday, July 25th, that Saturn is septile to Neptune, okay? Your wish is my command. What you think is what you're creating, okay? And if we're only stuck and focused on our emotions and nothing greater, we don't have anything in Aquarius right now about seeing a vision of the future. But if we're always focused on just me, my I, and my emotions, we're never going to be able to break free for this bigger opportunity and moment, whatever that may be. And this energy is suggesting that we really pay attention to that right now and step outside of our comfort zone, have this sun is on our back, this strength of the lion, this courage to break free and try something new. So the septile between Saturn, Neptune, Uranus to Saturn is now creating both Uranus to the moon and the moon septile to Saturn. Okay, this is huge. Okay, because we're coming into a balance within ourselves and with the other. We're coming to understand, hopefully, a deeper understanding of the other person's point of view, the other person's perspective, to add clarity to the situation that's going on with us, or to ignore what's going on with us for just a moment, to focus on somebody else, to focus on something else that's going on, to pull ourselves out of our little zone. And what happens when we do that, when we show up and, we're there for somebody else, this is going to be a lot of magic happening this Saturday evening, or depending on where you're at. This is 6 p.m. for my friends in LA. But this is magic. This is a very magical Saturday. I don't want to be confused. There's difficult aspects, and any time that we're feeling something that's changing, sometimes that change can be an uneasy feeling. But if we, let's ride the roller coaster, and the more that we kind of go with it and free ourselves of it, or free ourselves from clinging on to that past, and that's Uranus's job right now, shaking things up in Taurus, letting go of that past, and like finding this new balance, this new way of living. And like I'll say right now, like with digital currency coming up, okay, that's something that I, as an astrologer, have been talking about on videos since I think 2017, okay, that we can expect when Uranus enters the sign of Taurus, that we're going to see a goodbye of the current dollar. A single bar is a prison if you hold on to it long enough, and the dollar bill or the physical dollar is something that is long overdue, is a prison that's long overdue. And it's uncomfortable right now to see coin shortages. It's uncomfortable to see like, well, what's going on with these banking things? And we don't really know, but at the same time, to have this trust and this faith that Uranus, that the planets are doing what they're supposed to, that everything is working out as it's supposed to, shaking things up, changing things, the uneasy feelings, it's riding it like a wave. And if we get scared every time the wave comes, we're never going to have, strong enough legs or that courage to try it. It takes the courage initially to say, yes, I'm going to get up and do this. So this is the beauty of the sun in Leo right now. And all of these connections that are going on. So this is mega magical day. Very fate and destined connections are going on today. Riding the waves, not being afraid to get out there, not being afraid to fall, just not being afraid. The universe has our back. And again, things might feel weird that are changing, but just allow them to be and let the dust settle, and it's going to be absolutely spectacular. All right, so have an amazing day. Let me see if I left anything out here as we continue. As the moon continues its journey. There we go. Now we're going to have this T-square later, or this square, grand square, okay, cardinal square happening later in the evening between Mercury, my emotions, Mars, my actions, right? And as we're talking about, back to me, I, and this is the balance, my emotions, your emotions, Jupiter, what's abundant for me and abundant for you, okay? You want to go far, what does it say? You want to go fast, go alone, you want to go far, go together, right? So this is stepping outside of our personal self and being there for the other person today. And what happens, what kind of magic is going to happen when we do that? Who knows? Drop a line. Let me know how your Saturday's been. Thank you as always, and we'll see you tomorrow.